Death Valley Days.
There was a time when women were as scarce in the Dakotas as plug hats and good whiskey. In an era of hardship and violence, there was good reason to leave the ladies behind. But as the men fenced their homesteads and built their houses of sod, they began to long for the sight and sound of a woman, for someone to take the edge off the hard life and the loneliness of the plains. But what could induce a woman to come to the cruel Dakotas, blazing under the summer sun, storm-swept in winter? We'll find out now in a story we call Britta Goes Home.
Store. Oh, boy. Good day, Mr. Mudd.
Howdy, Gustav. You meeting the stage?
Yeah. Do you have the things I ordered?
The mattress and that newfangled hay-burning stove come in Tuesday last.
Good, good.
Who you meeting?
I'm meeting a lady.
A lady?
Yeah.
You bought yourself a bride, Gustav?
A bride, yeah. But I do not buy her. We know each other already in Sweden.
You mean she came all the way from Sweden to marry you?
Yeah, sure. It was agreed before I left.
But Gustav, that's been,
7 years. It was 7 years ago I come here to Homestead.
Hey, boys, give us a hand with the stove, will you? You ain't seen her in all that time?
No. But we ride each other. Be careful with it, boys. It's brand new. That's it.
What took us so long to get here?
There was no money before. Everything I could save went to this day. Thank you.
A lady. Here in landscape. A pretty little gal. She is pretty now, ain't she, Gustav?
She used to be.
Well, that don't matter now. There ain't enough of them you can be choosy. Getting them here is hard enough, but getting them to stay, that's another thing.
Britta will stay.
Yeah, I remember my woman. She came to the east to marry a rancher over in Stone Creek. Be scalped by the Indians before she got here, so I took her instead.
I did not know you were married.
Yeah, we had a society over in a quarter section about 20 miles from here. It's 10 months before she saw another woman. Then we got word this Swede had settled on a claim nearby and brought his bride with him. Maggie walked over 6 miles just to see her. And when the two of them looked at each other, they plumb busted down and cried. That's how hungry they was for female boys. Funny part of it was, that Swedish woman couldn't speak any English, and Maggie didn't know Swede.
Where is your wife now?
I don't know. She left when the grasshoppers come. She said she didn't mind the cold and the heat, hauling water. When them insects ate up her lace curtains, it was just too much. Oh, here comes the stage.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have better luck tonight, Ed Gustav.
Britta will be happy here. She is not a woman to fuss about little things like curtains.
Hey, Ed.
Britta.
Gustav. Oh, it has been a long time.
Yeah. There's much I have to tell you.
Yes, Gustav.
About the farm. It's a good farm.
Yes. Yes.
Britta. Oh.
Oh, my trousseau. Please be careful.
What is it?
It's my trousseau. All my beautiful things for our new house. Tablecloth, bedspreads. Please, Gustav, tell them to be careful.
Yeah, yeah. Easy, boys, easy. Thank you. Thank you.
It's mighty heavy there, Gustav.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Mudd, this is Britta. Britta, Mr. Mudd.
How do you do?
It's a pleasure, man. You know, the town landscape don't see too many fine ladies. Last one through was with a traveling carnival. Cowpokes came from miles around. Just take a look at her. They was a little disappointed, though. Lady had a beard. Oh, I better go see if that stage driver needs a drink.
Yeah, yeah.
You take good care of her now, Gustav. We want her to stay.
She will stay. I picked you some flowers. They're in here somewhere. Prairie flowers. They don't be so good very long in the heat.
Oh, well, yes. But it was very kind of you anyway.
Yeah. We go now. Yeah. We must hurry. The preacher is waiting.
The preacher is waiting.
Yeah, sure, so we can be married.
But I just got here.
That is why you are here, to marry me.
Gustav, it has been 7 years. I thought we had time to get acquainted.
It is a long way to the farm. It will be 2 weeks before I come back to town. We get married now. We get acquainted later. Help, Star!
And now, Britta, do you take Gustav to be your lawful wedded husband, to love and to cherish, to honor and obey in sickness and in health, till death do you part?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife. Well, Gustav, kiss the bride.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ride out to see you in a week or two. I hope you'll like it here. I'll tell you something. The men, they open up a country. Clear it, fence it, plow it, plant it. But it takes the women to gentle it down and make it respectable. The Dakotas won't amount to anything until the ladies come. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Help, Star!
May the Lord go with you.
Gustav,
Yeah?
we are going the wrong way.
Why do you say that?
Well, there's nothing out there.
Nothing. Out there is home.
Home?
I'm glad you're here, Britta.
Are you Gustav?
Yeah. It's no good for a man to live alone on the prairie. No one to talk to. No one to make the soap or milk the cows. Now that you are here, I will have time to make the fences strong.
Gustav,
Yeah?
have I changed?
You are more beautiful than I remember. But you are pale. The sun will change that. And you are skinny. Too skinny. The axle is broke. I cannot fix it. We do not have the tools.
What do we do now?
We ride store. I come back in the morning. Make the wagon as good as new.
Oh, Gustav, I'm so tired.
My friends, the Browns. They live just a few miles down the road. Maybe I'll leave you with them for tonight. Come.
Dan, Gustav and Britta are coming. Why, Gustav never told us she was so lovely.
No lovely in my bride.
Such nonsense.
Oh, store. Thank you. Mary, Dan, this is my wife. Howdy, Miss Olson.
How do you do?
Britta, it's so good to see another woman out here. I hope you like to listen because I've stored up half a year of female talk.
Your wagon break down, Gustav?
Yeah, about 4 miles back.
Well, let's go fix it.
No, it is late and Britta's tired. Can you give her a place to sleep for tonight? I come back in the morning and fix the wagon.
She's welcome to stay. And you too, Gustav.
No, I must get on. I have the livestock to water and the cows to milk. Good night, Britta. Tomorrow I take you home.
Good night, Gustav.
Help, store.
You'll sleep here. It's not very fancy. Next year we hope to save enough for a real floor. Still, it's better than when I came. There wasn't even a bedstead. All Dan needed to make up his bed was a hole.
Where will you sleep?
Oh, we'll put a tip down by the stove.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
Nonsense. You need the privacy. A place to catch up on your thoughts. Things have happened awfully fast for you, I know.
I don't think I could ever get used to it.
Of course you can.
No. All the way from Sweden, on the boat, on the train, in the stage, I could only think that soon I will be with Gustav. And he will make me forget all my fears and my homesickness. But he's a stranger.
It takes time to bridge 7 years of waiting. Wait a little. If you love him, it will be.
Now close your eyes, Britta. Do not open them until I tell you. Oh, store. Oh, boy. Now. There it is, Britta. You see, our home. Well, what you think?
But it's made of dirt.
Yeah, sure. It's a soddy, but it is better than most. There are not many hills in this country to surround a house with strong walls. Come, I show you. On the hottest day, it's cool in here. And in the winter, when the wind cuts like a knife, you will be snug. Oh, see the windows? Feel. Feel. That is real glass. It is a surprise for you. Little Britta. Little Britta.
I won't live in a mud house, and I won't live in a house where animals are in the living room.
Build a fence to keep the animals away from the house.
This is not a house. It's a cave, and I will not live in it.
Britta.
Oh, my trousseau. Oh, there's not a place in whole Dakota for my beautiful trousseau.
Britta, I warn you. This is no way for a wife to behave.
Then I will not be your wife. I'm sorry I ever left Sweden. And I'm sorry I waited for you for 7 years.
Very well, then. It is settled. You do not have to stay.
Dan?
Store.
What's this?
I've come to say goodbye.
A quarrel so soon, Gustav?
Britta do not wish to stay.
Well, I can't say as I blame her. Still, it's a shame her coming all the way out here and all. Guess there ain't nothing you can do about it.
You?
They say sometimes you tie 'em up for a few days, they change their mind.
That is for the rancher. I do not want a wife I can only keep with a rope.
Give her a little time, Gustav. Maybe she'll change her mind.
Maybe she will, but they not change mine. I never should have brought her here. I thought she was different. I thought she was strong. I thought she would like it.
You had 7 years to adjust to this country. You expected her to do it in 2 days?
I expected her to share the life I have had here. I thought she would be happy like anything.
Talk to her, Gustav.
It's no good.
Don't leave him, Britta.
He's not the Gustav I remember. He used to be so gentle and tender. Not once had he made me feel that he wants me here, except to mend and wash his dirty shirts.
Well, it's hard for him to say it, but he loves you.
You wouldn't understand what it means to come to a new country and marry a man who is a stranger to you.
You mean Gustav never told you?
Tell me what?
My child, I was a mail order bride. Dan sent for me, sight unseen. And I came because it was the only way I could get a man.
Oh, Mary, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Back home, I was a regular wallflower. Wasn't a man ever looked at me twice. I lived with my father until I was 30, and when he died, I was suddenly very alone. I read in the papers how scarce unmarried women were out here. The saying went that the farmers and ranchers would marry anything that got off the stage. Some of them even advertised for wives. Well, after a few more lonely years, I began reading those notices seriously. Then one day, I picked up my pen and wrote an answer. And that's how I met Dan. We never laid eyes on each other until the day we were married.
You did not have any doubts?
Oh, of course I did. When Dan sent me the railroad ticket, I almost didn't come. I'd heard of other girls who'd turned the tickets in for money. But his letters had a loneliness to match mine.
You have been happy.
Oh, yes. When I stepped off the train, I felt so exposed, so unready. And there he was. The wonder of it was not that I loved him so easily, that he loved me.
Mary, we could have been friends.
Are you sure you want to leave?
Gustav says you better hurry or miss the stage.
Store. Oh, Store.
Well, now, it ain't the newlyweds. Back so soon, huh? You ain't letting it get away, are you, Gustav?
Britta do not like it here.
Doggone it, Gustav. I don't know how you could look out across the prairie and not be reminded of those big brown eyes.
Mr. Mudd, the stage not leave yet?
It's, due any time now.
Good.
Bringing us a whole load of gals. Boys are inside celebrating already.
You want me to write to you, Gustav?
Just to let me know you arrive safe.
All right. That will be the stage.
Yeah.
You better leave now. I'll be all right.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Get your hand off my wife. Britta,
Yes, Gustav.
you are going to learn to live in a soddy.
Yes, Gustav.
You will get used to the snakes and the heat and the prairie.
Yes, Gustav.
And when the time comes, you will give me sons to help with the planting and the harvest.
Yes, Gustav.
Britta, it's time to go home.
The men who homesteaded the Dakotas couldn't offer their women much more than a sod house with a dirt floor and a window overlooking the prairie. But that didn't seem to matter. Wherever Britta and women like her found the love of a good man, there they stayed. There was home. Next week, another story of our Western heritage.
Death Valley Days.
There was a time when women were as scarce in the Dakotas as plug hats and good whiskey. In an era of hardship and violence, there was good reason to leave the ladies behind. But as the men fenced their homesteads and built their houses of sod, they began to long for the sight and sound of a woman, for someone to take the edge off the hard life and the loneliness of the plains. But what could induce a woman to come to the cruel Dakotas, blazing under the summer sun, storm-swept in winter? We'll find out now in a story we call Britta Goes Home.
Oh, store. Oh, boy. Good day, Mr. Mudd.
Howdy, Gustav. You meeting the stage?
Yeah. Do you have the things I ordered?
A mattress and that newfangled hay-burning stove. Come in Tuesday last.
Good, good.
Who you meeting?
I'm meeting a lady.
A lady?
Yeah.
You bought yourself a bride, eh, Gustav?
A bride, yeah. But I do not buy her. We know each other already in Sweden.
You mean she came all the way from Sweden to marry you?
Yeah, sure. It was agreed before I left.
But Gustav, that's been,
7 years. It was 7 years ago I come here to Homestead.
Hey, boys, give us a hand with the stove.